Hi, my name is Justin with Concord Lands. I'm here to talk to you about how to sell an inherited property in New Mexico. So selling an inherited property in New Mexico is the same as selling your own property. The thing to understand is whether or not you actually hold the deed to that property. We see it all the time where folks are wanting to sell land that's been passed down, but they don't have the ability to do it. And I'll explain here the basics of what you'll need to understand to sell it. So a few terms that we are all really familiar with that we may not understand all the way that I'd like to discuss here is the first thing is a will. So a lot of folks think that a will is all you need. Unfortunately, that's not the case. A will is essentially a statement of intent. So just because a will states you get a property, it still needs to go through a process known as probate. So probate is a little bit less understood, but probate for the purposes of this video is the process where an announcement is made to the world that a property is transferring between a deceased person and another person. So this is the chance for creditors and taxing officials to collect on any debts owed by the deceased member. The process involves a probate proceeding through the probate court in the county where the property is located. It's often a simple process for a vacant property, especially in an example I'll share here in a minute. If you wish to conduct a probate proceeding, you just need to do an internet search to find the county probate judge and discuss the process with them. Sometimes they'll have the process on the internet. You can just read what you need to do. So once probate is complete, you should get a deed to the property, and that's when the time that you can actually sell it, once you have a deed in your name. So there is another term I'd like to talk about, and it's called intestate probate. So let's give an example. If a deceased person lives in Ohio, or they lived in Ohio, they passed away in Ohio, and their estate went through a probate process in Ohio, yet they owned a vacant parcel of land in New Mexico, for example, an additional probate is going to be required in the county where the property is located. So this is what is referred to as intestate probate. The proceeding will be much simpler usually because there's already been a probate proceeding. You have the documentation, you show that information to the county probate judge in the county where the property is located, and they'll do another process. Most states, to include New Mexico, usually has a quicker process in these examples. So the bottom line, to make a long story longer, the bottom line is that you need to, in order to sell an inherited property, you must hold the deed to that property, oftentimes through a probate process. Okay, where the property is located. So for further information, obviously you're going to need to contact the county probate judge, which you can do through an internet search. There's other intricacies to these examples of inherited property, but that's the most common example. Now, if they don't have a will, there's other ways to do a probate proceeding too. You don't need a will necessarily. But that's an example of how to sell an inherited property in New Mexico. So thanks for checking out the video. Like and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Thanks.